It's not the realm of possibility, is it? And I'll tell you what, we'll have to see just how. Well, we'll have to see just what HellRaisers do on this first pick of train, because even though they picked a map that they know that Budapest 5 are strong, they've seen that Budapest 5 are strong in it, they picked it anyway, which means that they think they're better. And the issue is, when you pick a strong map into someone else's strong map, it means that it's just going to...
times, but we're just going to have to wait and see, to be honest. HellRaisers kicking things off in the pistol on this T side, and oh my, what an opening pick. Beautiful headshot to kick things off. It is traded, but they press forward onto this A site, and they try and get this C4 planted.
As they get it planted, it's going to be a follow-up as well, as Kalinka will try to progress towards the back line. A beautiful shot to Color there. He doesn't want the players will set a sight, though, as Torsi will continue encroaching on forward, shifting his way towards him, and as shots ring out either way, it's actually going to be Kalinka pressured down and killed by Torsi. Kills either way now, 3 on 3. A flank coming through from Coolio, but it's not spotted just yet. Again, Flash trying to do damage wherever possible. Coolio would finish the job on Anakin, so it goes 2 on 3. Now, problem able to trade on to Fleeve, 2 on 2. As Coolio, towards the back line, tries to do a bit more damage. Problem just hopping around the corner. All on Flaric, 1 versus 1, and Timer right now is not a friend of Budapest 5. The cruel mistress that waits for no one. And I tell you what, Flaric has played it to perfection. Called out by Coolio, but it matters for naught as Budapest 5, they falter and HellRaisers find this pistol round.
Well, Coolio actually on the bomb train with this AWP. We saw him not able to deny the plant last time around. Now lingering around these smokes. Becomes a dangerous game once they start to dissipate. He could easily get overwhelmed. Needs the support from his teammates. As he gets flashed, stays alive for a few seconds longer. And here we go. His teammates are there to the party. They're here to support. And he's looking to do further damage. And he absolutely does it. Another kill comes through. Now a 2 on 2.
Absolutely perfect now, and he's damaged on as he tries to run away. He's got players ready to aggress on him, and Corey for the flank, able to hit the 1-2. Torsi good for 1, Corey good for the second, and Budapest 5. As they make it 2 now, they actually force HellRaisers down to a very shaky decision where they have to decide. Do they eco or do they go for this buy? And we may see the odd pistol and armor potential B-rush come through, but nonetheless, Budapest 5, they have slammed the brakes onto HellRaisers as they call for this timeout. Means they're seriously considering that. But let's see if he rings true. Game sense doesn't prevail, but instead as he backs away, he's got Coolio there to support him.
Yeah, fires through the smoke again, but there we go. Coolio support, able to find the first, buys a little bit of time, buys a little bit of space, and Torsi's able to find one more, and even hit the flick shot. Flaric, I have no idea how he doesn't win that duel. That should be a kill that he's getting all day long, and Torsi, he's just so intimidating. Maybe that's what it is. Flaric drops down, and he's like, oh, it's going to be my kill, and then he hovers over, and you see Torsi's name, and he's like, oh, no.
It's unfair, isn't it? Like, Torsi, he's only got 4 deaths. That's immortal. It's all ready towards this stop sign position. It means that they can duel anyone who comes their way together. But we'll have to see what avail that does. In Budapest 5, they make their presence to them. They start shifting on forward as they look to crunch towards the safe site. Pop door control pretty much established any second now. Torsi good for Kalinka, Flaric to trade, but Flaric good for 2. Coolio's Molly good for 2 as well. All down to problem. 1 versus 3, and Corey's ready to swing straight into him. Tell you what, though, they killed Torsi, but it doesn't matter as Corey finishes the job. Budapest 5, they lead 30-4, and they force HellRaisers down.
This is where Budapest 5, they want to try and close.
I tell you what, do you think Torsi might be able to hit a KD of 7 before the end of the game?
What would that require? What, he's got 5 deaths and what, like 32?
So he needs 2 more kills. Never mind.
2 more kills. No,
yeah,
okay.
Right. But that's that. 3 on 3 now as Budapest 5. They make their way towards this site. They haven't quite got the bomb there though. Kalinka switching to the side, unable to catch out that player towards Hell. And well, as Coolio's taken down, Corey trades, puts it down to a 2 on 2. The shaky buy from HellRaisers. What good will it bear as well? Corey, he's holding for the Ivy player. Problem is location unknown, but it doesn't matter. Color finishes the job. A 1 versus 2 for Flaric on minimal amounts of HP, and tell you what, Josh, we may see a very quick affair on hand.
He might have just given up. When I saw the knives come out, I thought he just typed in the chat, like, knife, question mark, please. I don't know, man. There's no hope here for HellRaisers. 1 versus 2, C4's planted. Maybe there's a chance for Flaric to clutch up this round, but even then, they need 10 in a row just to take it to OT. Budapest 5, they have seriously surprised me. This is unbelievable. And if they can carry this momentum across to Nuke, I mean, what's in store?
Oh, he's able to catch out Color. But Corey, round the corner towards Connect. There's no way you expect this. And Corey knows this as well. A well-timed peek. He'll finish the job. Budapest 5, they take the game 16-4. And oh my, what a game style of the game we're about to see. And well, Budapest 5, they go into it with a fair bit of utility on the hands of Torzy, a bit more to be expended already, though, but Problems Man find the first kill. Flea falls, Danikez didn't come down in response, though, as the push comes down towards outside. Trying to saw Danikez unable to do so, there's the flashes to go out towards A, and now with that, they try to onslaught this site, but Danikez looks to hold firm.
With only 7 points of health, Danikez still doing further damage. 2 more headshots come through, and this one's pretty much been put to bed. This has been a near-flawless round here from HellRaisers. The Glocks on Coolio and Corey, they do the dinks. And that's really the issue with these Glocks. Up close and personal, the spam ability, the one-hit headshot potential really does tailor towards you. But from a distance, I mean, they've found 3 headshots and all it's done is heavy damage. Corey drops. It all comes down to Coolio. He's got 3 players that are 1 tap away from death. But it's a 1v5. I really don't fancy his chances. Oh.
Well, he's good for 1. Lines up a second, and now all the players are low on HP.
Take out Fleeve. That evens up numbers, brings it back into a 4-on-4. But off of the back of the contact that they took on ramp, they don't actually fancy their chances towards B anymore. Instead, they want to get up the ladder, get into heaven, take this duel with Flarich, trade 1 for 1, and try and get on this A-bomb site.
And now 2-on-3, and Colors, who shifts around the corner, he's got Kalinka to worry about, but Kalinka goes for the timing. Does he get caught out? Yes, he does. Color finds himself on top as they try to descend towards this A-bomb site. Lime will find Corey, putting it all on Color. 1 versus 2. There's 1 to worry about from ramp, 1 to worry about center site. And if you can find the first center site player quickly, then he's going to be in a fairly advantageous position. Lime just teasing the angle, but Color has the advantage. You'll hear the player come up from vents as well. Shifting forward. Does he actually hear the player problem? No, he doesn't. What's that bomb wants? Problem trying to push him on forward.
Oh, no.
Bob is stuck. HellRaisers, they make it a second. They don't quite reset Budapest 5, but they show that they do still bear teeth. As we
from that 6 rounds, the magical number that we always say here on Nuke is considered a good half. They go for the outside push, actually trying to get down secret. They don't go for the wall of smokes, which is bizarre. They conserve the utility. They've been spotted, and now Lime tries to go for the spray down, can't get anything done, and this B site is open for business.
Well, Danikez a problem, able to bring out a few kills, and as Danikez comes out on top, that's a perfect display now for that side. But Torzy still breathes. Well, Torzy still draws breath, and right now that is a spanner into the works of HellRaisers. They make their way down towards ramp. They're going to be running straight into the AWP of Torzy as well, giving him an absolutely perfect position to try and ring out some shots from. Unfortunately, the timing isn't quite with him, but the flank is there. And as Fleeve will look to shut down these members, it's going to be down to Torzy to just hold firm. And right now, the best thing Torzy can do is stay alive.
Oh, they're even watching for the flank and Fleeve. Only good for damage. Is no trade potential as, well, Budapest 5 can't even see where they died from. But the man advantage still in their favor. And, well, they've got the positional advantage too. But it comes down to a 1-on-1.
Color in this 1 versus 1 will back away. Shifting back down towards Squeaky. That smoke makes Danikez have to guess, and as long as Danikez keeps guessing, Color has a chance. We'll hear the player drop down and here and move across towards center site. He drops further, swing goes wide. Color, that's a nice shot as Budapest 5 come out on top. They make it a 6 as they lead 6-4, and more important pieces go down. Molly's followed. Coolio trying to hold us. It's an instant kill onto Kalinka. Follow-up push comes on through. Lime trying to swing wide. Color to get anything say in the matter. It's an absolute slaughter. As both Danikez and Problem, the last 2 members left standing, all they can hope to do right at this point is save. Granted, they find Torzy. Granted, they find it on exits. But when you're 10-4 down, you can't settle for exits. These aren't silver linings you can settle for. As HellRaisers, they are in desperate need of rounds. And Budapest 5 just proved they're a side to fear.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, and this is where HellRaisers need to be scared, is it's no longer even the Torzy show. Over on Train, we kind of debated, are they winning because Torzy's finding all of these opening picks, or are they just winning because all of the team are doing really well and Torzy's finding loads of kills? And what they're kind of proving here on Nuke is, yeah, Torzy's just matching the performance of everybody else. And as soon as they get this confidence going, they are just absolutely on fire. This is like...
It's an even man count and HP disparity as HellRaisers make their way towards this B site. Still 2 players ready for them, though. The smokes go down. Danikez finds Coolio. Now Corey will try to get in towards vents, and that should be a B site secured.
Oh, Flea finishes off Danikez, and that's really the issue. As soon as you have a couple of players that are on half HP up against a Deagle and Scout Force, all of those weapons become deadly. They're essentially pocket AWPs. A lot of damage dealt by that nade. Fleeve, very lucky to be alive, only on 2 points of health. But they are going to go for this retake. No point in saving at this point. It's a 3v3. It's absolutely doable. Maybe not favorable, especially considering Problem's position. He will be able to fire through for the first. The Gallo swings off the back of it. What the hell is that from Corey? Unable to follow through. And, well, as it all comes down to color, I don't think we'll be able to get this 2v1. And there we go. Kalinka from below. Corey with the M4. Unable to convert any damage onto him, though. In the meantime, Torzy's holding outside. Finds that opening pick. Spots out a second as well. The flash will go over the top. No one there to support, though. It's just for him to go for the repeak. In the meantime, though, they've got the man advantage, and they've dealt some early damage.
So Budapest 5 are ready for an approaching A attack, and as HellRaisers, they stack up towards the lobby. It might be just that on hand, but nothing too substantial comes for the time being. As instead, there's a bit of a lull. Problem looking to shift forward towards ramp. Anikes swings wide. Coolly up, he'll drop that molly, he'll back away, and he'll look to play the time as one of his teammates should join him momentarily.
Well, utility deployed towards this area of the map. Coolio tucked in the corner, though. Good for one. There's the second. Can't quite convert on the third. Flourish is there to trade it. But Coolio has done his job. He's exceeded expectations. He's tipped the numbers in Budapest's favour. And now it all comes down to Lyman Flourish to try and recover this one. Pick up the pieces of their fallen teammates. They've retrieved the C4. They don't want to opt down to ramp anymore, though. They actually want to try and bring it back towards this A site. And that's where there's a man in heaven patiently waiting. It's Color. His sole job right now is just to try and deny this plant and wait for his teammates to support. And instead, it's Corey to do that job. And it all leaves it down to Flourish.
Torzy ready for him. Torzy there to finish. And as Budapest 5 make it 12, they look like they might be in a position where they're looking to close out the game. HellRaisers, they buy up once more, and they can probably buy up for 2. But if Budapest 5 can reset that economy, then by the time they do reset it, they're going to be on a comfortable 14, potentially 15 as well. And as Kalinka shifts his way on forward, it's Lime to find Fleeve as he gets a bit too optimistic towards Secret. Now Corey, all the pressure's on him as he'll hear the players making their way around him. Does Torzy aggress towards outside? He knows there's a potential. And Lime, well, he's been timing pretty horrifically here. Torzy ready for the peak. Corey good for one. Kalinka there to trade. And there we have it. That's Torzy almost pulled off the angle, but he doesn't. Instead, he teases a peek either way as he spots that initial shoulder peek. Was he spotted, though, is the real question here. He spots them jump across. Torzy drops down. Did he spot it, though, actually? That's from Locker. It's Lime to find him. All on color, 1 versus 3. And this is now a horrific position for him.
Oh, absolutely is. Does get the drop onto Problem, though. Can upgrade to the AK, but in the meantime takes a fair amount of damage. And I think he's really contemplating where this is going to be. He has no idea, nor do I. And as he goes back up the vent, it seems like Lime is difficult for themselves as HellRaisers burst right through the squeaky door and blitz onto this A site.
Oh. Kills either way. As Corey's good for one, his nade good for a second before Lime gets the next say in the matter as he comes out on top. And it looks like all of a sudden, HellRaisers with a man advantage, though. They shift their way out towards A. Torzy waiting for this Molotov to fall, allowing him to get on towards Heaven. As Fleeve right now, his position towards Huts will be what has to draw the attention away from these members. He's ready for the initial peek, but none comes. Instead, swing wide. Fleeve good for Problem. Now suddenly Lime has to be a bit careful. And Lime, the same duel means everything right now for Torzy.
It absolutely does. If he can respond with a fast flick, then this might all be over. And there we go. Quick shot. All comes down to Anikes. Both players are low. He swaps out to the P250. Connects the first headshot. The bomb beeping away faster. And Anikes hits the flick and keeps HellRaisers in this one. They stay alive for another round longer. And Budapest thing is because they don't have ramp control, there's definitely potential that he's pushed through. And bearing in mind, Flourish is feeling around towards A. As soon as he finds this headshot, it might actually be the call to just get back onto that A site. And that seems to be the case. Coolio, he'll be able to find himself one, but that big play he was hoping for, the hero, it's not going to come through this time around. Instead, HellRaisers get the bomb down on the A site. I think this will almost certainly be a safe call here from Budapest 5. And HellRaisers, this will be 14.
This is scary if you're on the side of Budapest 5. They make their way on forward, but what good will it do? Torzy ready for the player to push into him in the form of Flourish. None comes just yet, but there's definitely a flank from Ramp. He misses his shot. No. Flourish finishes. Problem secures. And, well, HellRaisers, they make it 14. They take the lead, and they force Budapest 5 down.
Continue to press on towards B. Corey's got himself a nice angle. If anyone does decide to burst through those windows, then he can do some serious damage. But as Fleeve drops, HellRaisers, they start to contemplate whether they actually want to hit towards this B site or whether they just leave Flaric here to fake and they go back towards A. And it does seem to be the latter. And Budapest 5 are starting to realize that they've gone for a bit of an over-rotation and this might just cost them.
You're right, I might just cost them this game right now as Coolio. He'll make his way towards 7. He'll hear the flash go out from above him, but he doesn't react, actually. Instead, he just swings wide. He spots both members, and that's just so messy. Inexcusable, really, as with 25 seconds left now, Budapest 5 in a 2 versus 3. I mean, it's a doable situation, but as Corey, the last man left standing in a 1 versus 3, I think it's safe to say he's going to be a rock and a hard place. He'll try to get his way up towards 7, but he's got 2 members to worry about. Kalinka the first to fall. Suddenly, it bears the reminiscence of doability, but once the flash goes out, he'll swing wide. First AK to worry about. Flaric finished his position in this cubby hole here. He's actually going to go aggressive, and he spots out all these members. He checks out the first, looks for more, but problem able to trade. It's down to a 3v3 as HellRaisers look to descend onto the safe site. 4, however, will take a bit of a lull to clear toilets.
A 3v3 situation, this pistol round coming incredibly close. In Budapest 5, they seem to have a good idea that this is actually going to be the A site, but look at that supporting flash. It's ready to pop right over the top before they peek. They're able to turn it, but it gives HellRaisers an opportunity to try and get into this. And off the back of the flash, the engagements come through. It's so messy up close to USP. It's just not the weapon you want for that kind of range. His teammates there to support, though. Color with the headshot, and it all comes down to Kalinka. P250 in hand, 3 players up close, and they coordinate the peak, swing all together as a trio and finish off the job. HellRaisers, they're trailing here and they've got 3 players to contend with. There's the first kill coming through from Problem. Untraded for now as they continue to press through, but Corey's in a prime position. The off angle, it's not checked. He's good for 2. Not quite the 3rd as he gets the dink, but Coolio finish off the job, and that is absolutely sensational.
Tell you what, that AUG, that was 4 up when HellRaisers came back against them right now, so they need to build a big lead before this HellRaisers side can adapt.
Just the pistols once again to work with here for HellRaisers, and this should just be a complete mile away from Budapest 5. Once again, it's about damage control. Try not to take too many casualties, and there we go. Mopping the floor, padding those stats, Corey, getting some big numbers in as Torzi comes through with the AWP. And realistically, Torzi...
Oh, this is going to be awful if the flash is timed well enough, and spam goes out either way. They find the first, they find the second. Oh, it's perfect as Coolio and Fleeve come out on top. Flaric looks to trade, but there's still a man down, and what a perfect way to open up and recover from a round.
Yeah, that's the way to pick up the pieces, but back into a 2-on-2. Definitely doable, but with Coolio's position and the bomb down.
It evens out the man count, as well as establishing water control. Spam through as Problem tries to hold for the time being. It's so messy, and well, as neither kill goes through, Color finds Anikes, and once again, Budapest 5 find themselves ahead.
It's just the perfect bait from Coolio. Not only does he find the kill, but he gets the information, relays it to his teammate. The secondary swing, maybe a little bit overzealous. But man advantage here for HellRaisers, 30 seconds on the clock, a lot of time pressure mounting. If Fleeve can win this engagement, it might just be Budapest 5's for the taking, and instead he pulls the trigger a little too early. 1v3 for Torzi, not out of his comfort zone. We've seen him pull these off, especially on Train earlier on today. 2 of these players are low on health. That doesn't really make too much difference when he's got this AWP in hand, but maybe if he can take out Lion, pull out his pistol, drop down from heaven and do something crazy. Instead, he goes for the smart option, Kremer. He's not going to try and be Batman today. Instead, he'll just go and save that AWP. That's probably the right decision to make. If it was me, to reset HellRaisers here, Corey swinging in from the side. The timing is just impeccable. Anikes, just as he switches away from the AWP. I think he might have even heard the scope cue. That was Corey's reason to just go for the swing right there. Brings it back into a 4-on-4. And instead of falling right back, he's actually gone into playground as well, which I think has gone undetected here from HellRaisers.
He goes towards Banana instead of Toilets, then Torzi's going to spot him out. But I tell you what, this is perfect by Lime. He's got the absolute best timing he could possibly hope for. Does he catch out Torzi? He will do. And with that, the A site swings open. But doesn't really swing open because there is still Corey to fear. And, well, they seem pretty wary of him as he shuts down from him. He looks for more. Oh, no. And more he finds. Kalinka gets taken down. 3-on-2 now. That nade chasing down Flaric as he tries to make it towards this site. And now Lime has to catch up with him if he wants a chance. They're good for 1. Fleeve to trade. 1 versus 2 now for Flaric. It's doable. He's winning his positioning. But as he's spotted out, Fleeve will finish the job on Budapest 5. They reset HellRaisers, bringing themselves a 10th.
So much pressure, they then have to clear all of these angles, and it just becomes impossible for them to pull off. Nice flash, entries come into the B site, and Flaric is good for 2 off the back of the flashes. but it is traded eventually.
I feel so scared as Fleet will shift down towards the monster. Let's catch out these members, and actually, instead of regress up towards short Kalinka, that's a nice shot. And now HellRaisers, they look more than confident to take their second as they move out towards B. Torsey scopes on him, will try and just challenge anyone who dare come towards this site, but as the mollies go out, does he have the angle on the first? He does, but he misses his shot. Uncharacteristic, but it does put HellRaisers in a bit more of a positive light as they look to make it a second.
As Fleeve turned his back to Monster, I was anticipating him calling for a flash, him playing anti-flash and then swinging into it, and I got really excited because there were literally 3 Ts ready to push into Monster. I was thinking, oh no, but no, instead, charity they have, it really does come down to color to make some kind of big play, and he's not in position to do so. So as they wrap around from the B site, Fleeve needs to hold this one on for a few seconds longer, and that's a nice headshot to start things off.
That it is. Absolutely perfect. And as it goes 3-on-3, now Problem back site will try to do a bit more damage, will try to show a bit more presence. He'll be able to shut down Fleeve, and with 15 seconds left, we will see HellRaisers push on forward towards this site. But instead, it's aggression from Color to shut down the first. He knows where Anikez is. He'll look to try and trade, and that he does. Anikez now in a 1-versus-1, and Color, by some miracle, pulls ahead, and Budapest 5, they take the half, 12-3.
Yeah, it all comes down to him in there. As I say, he was the danger man. He was the one with the AK and the full health, and he was realistically the only player that could clutch up that round. So what he needed...
opportunity to place, and as well, with the bonus money you get on your first deposit. So awesome stuff to be had there. As Anikez, he's forced away from Tortoise to try to go a bit aggressive, able to shut down Corey, as Color's able to trade elsewhere. That goes 4-on-4.
Well, there's another swift trade. Brings things back into a 3-on-3 and Budapest 5. This would be absolutely crushing if they were able to bounce back and win the force. And as Torsey pushes up with the Tech 9, he's able to retrieve himself an M4. Now they've got 3 premium rifles to work with, and Torsey connecting the dink and the body shot onto Kalinka. A man advantage as they continue to press through. The Galil, it spotted out the MP9, dealt so much damage, can't quite finish off the kill, but they're at a huge advantage right now. They could get this one done.
Problem caught out. It's all on Lime, 1-versus-3, and it looks like he might be on the cusp of defeat. Budapest 5. I guess what Percy pushes on forward. He's good for 1, 2 more to find, and he's tagged down fairly low. He's tagged down and finished. Budapest 5, they make it 13 as they pull up towards the site in time. Otherwise, he's going to be in an awful position. He hears them coming his way. Anikez, he'll try to hide towards this flower bed. He'll keep his noggin down, but Color from behind cements the flank, and now in a 3-on-4 to stay in the series. What do HellRaisers do here?
I have no idea. Man disadvantage, Kalinka's low. The saving grace is that Color's on a single point of health, but with the utility, the Molotov forces Problem right out. He's only got a 5-7 to work with, and these post plants are just fantastic here for Budapest 5. Problem does find himself a single kill. He's able to upgrade to an 8K. There's a second as well. Does some damage with the rifle. His teammates firing through. Lime gets himself one. Comes into a 1v1 situation, and Kalinka from behind. Time is against him, but on the cross, he eliminates Coolio, and he should be able to get on this defuse just in time. Maybe not. He's got no kit. That's it. End of game. End of series. Budapest 5. They take it 2-1, and they take the map 16-5. That is heartbreaking.